Why to push them into misery? Why to tell them something which is irrelevant and not, going to help them in today's time? Why do we do that? Yeah. Only a heartless person will advise something like that to someone who's weak. Yeah. I wouldn't advise someone if they are not capable, if they are not mentally prepared. I wouldn't advise them to, get married and have 10 kids. I mean, that would be very narcissistic of me to give that advice. Once you're capable, you are healthy, you can give a good life, go ahead, do what you have to do, start your family, have a good life, give a good life to your child. But giving these kind of suggestions without knowing the other side, I think that's being very biased, that's being very narcissistic. Yeah. And that is, because of this lack of empathy. I mean, the narcissist doesn't care as to what the others are going through or in what, situation they are. The narcissist just, goes on blabbing, do this, do that, the ancient way was the right way, women has to be treated like a cattle, women needs to be tamed. Okay. Hello everyone, I hope everyone is doing good and taking good care of themselves. So today I'm going to talk about why narcissists gaslight their victims and their supply, and they advocate and put pressure onto their victim and supply and onto the others to follow the ancient tradition, to follow the ancient law, rules, norms in today's modern era. Yeah, it's funny, it's hideous, but you get to see a lot of these narcissists, advocating things, which dates back thousands of years. Yeah, and then they, suggest and pressurize others to do it. And they do this by sitting, in the convenience of modern times, sitting in their, convenient homes with all those luxuries, with all those modern amenities and everything. And then they tell others to, go back in time. Yeah. So today we are going to try and navigate that. And before I get going, I would request you all to like, share, subscribe the channel, hit the notification bell so you guys are updated whenever we put out a new content. So narcissists in general are selfish, self-centered individuals. They have this hunger and craving for admiration, attention, validation. They want all of that. They want to be under that spotlight. Yeah. And these narcissists can go to any extent to be the, center of attention. Yeah. They can go to any extent. They lie, they deceive, they manipulate, they gaslight, they withhold facts, they do a lot of things to project that image. Yeah. And get what they want. So, I mean, in a way, these narcissists are quite devilish, they are quite wicked, and they have this inability to self reflect. So, they really don't sit and think, about their actions. They really don't sit and think, as to what their action, attitude, and behavior is causing, the others, yeah, the victims. They really don't care. As long as they are getting what they want, that's it, end of story, everything is good. The moment they don't get what they want, that's when the problem, begins. Now, these narcissists in today's time on social media, I get to see a lot of these narcissists, speaking, really irrelevant things. Some of these narcissists that I get to see say that child marriage is okay, though we know there are lots of complications, health hazard. If a child gets pregnant, it's not good, it's not healthy for the child who's getting pregnant, and it's not healthy for the baby as well. And in today's time, we know what is healthy, what is not healthy. Mortality rate has reduced, medical field has evolved, things have evolved, changed, and overall we are, growing and evolving. And that's how we survive, we evolve, we adapt, and we learn new things, we search new things, and we become more able. That's how we survive. But these narcissists, in order to stand out, remember that extreme hunger and craving for attention and admiration. And because of all of that, these narcissists sometimes start, advocating all those ancient ways, ancient rules and traditions in today's time. So these narcissists might say child marriage is all right, women should not go out. Very misogynistic, very, patriarchal kind of a stuff, they talk about. And this is basically to stand out, plus, establish control onto the weaker ones or onto their supply and sources. So these narcissists then, in that process of advocating ancient tradition, this and that, they summon their flying monkeys, all the monkeys gang up, yeah, because they are getting employed. Yeah, all those patriarchal flying monkeys, misogynistic flying monkeys, all of them come together because they can see a leader growing who's talking about this. Yeah, even though we know that these things are not good in society, there should be no discrimination, everyone should be treated equally, whether it is gay, lesbian, male, female, transgender, whatever it is, it's a personal thing. But as a society, we should respect everyone. Everyone has the rights to live life with dignity, and however they want, as long as they are not creating chaos, as long as they are not hurting the sentiments of the others, as long as they are not causing problem for the other, I think everything is fine. But these folks, these narcissistic folks, they take up specific these narratives and agenda. We have to revive our culture, we have to safeguard our culture from perishing, and we can only do this if we adopt old ways. Now, do these narcissists personally follow and adopt all those ancient stuff? No. So these narcissists, they are going to advocate others to breed mindlessly, go on breeding, have more children, that's how we will survive as a culture, this and that. But does the narcissist care as to how you are going to feed them? No, that is not the narcissist concern. The narcissist concern is to gaslight you, to do this fear psychosis that we are perishing, a big apocalypse is coming, you have to breed, this is his word, that word, in ancient time we did this, that. In ancient time, people had money, people had means to help and survive the other family members. In today's time, things are competitive, things have changed, and it's very difficult to have a big family. It's not that easy. Yeah. So going ahead and advising people to have huge families, I think that's very narcissistic. If you are capable, fine, but you never know what's the bandwidth of the others. You never know what's the financial capability and position of the others. But these narcissists are going to say, have more kids, get them married at young age, wear this clothes, this is how we will revive our tradition. Okay. No, this has to be done, women has to be treated like this because women's are supposed to be tamed by men. I get it. In today's time, 2023, you get to see a lot of these content on a lot of social media platforms. Yeah, let's revive this, let's do this, and all these idiotic jing bang. And these narcissists themselves will not follow any of it. Yeah, they are going to enjoy in their luxurious spaces, technologically advanced spaces, and they are going to use technology, they are going to use technology to reach out to people and advocate that the ancient ways are good. So let me give you an example. They might not go out and defecate in the open, but they might say that, okay, no, there is no harm, you should not use toilet, go ahead, defecate, and help and support the ecosystem, it's eco-friendly, blah 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 blah. So it's almost like that. I know it sounds silly, but this is how it is. They will preach something else, but they won't be practicing the same thing that they preach. Yeah. And who's being fooled? All those flying monkeys, those mindless flying monkeys, enablers, the poor victims, supply and people, because a lot of people have this identity crisis. A lot of people are really messed up on the inside. They want to feel good, and in that process of trying to feel good, they in a way get employed as flying monkeys of these narcissists and their stupid and nonsensical narrative and agenda. Yeah. And they are there to be summoned. Yes, we have to do this, yes, we have to do that. In India, you can see it in every state. All this nonsense is happening. People are using, microphone, people are using social media, computer, mobile phone, camera, and they are talking about the ancient ways, how we need to go back in time and start living like our forefathers, because that is the right way. So this really damages the victims. This really damages these flying monkeys and their family. This really damages the enabler. Some of them, know what they are doing. Some of them are really unaware. They are disconnected from their own self. They are mindlessly doing things. And in that process, they are ruining themselves. They are ruining the others as well, their family, their friend. So a lot of damage happens because of all this, BS that is being, peddled by these narcissists. Ancient ways, ancient tradition. Okay, ancient, I mean, things were not technologically advanced. Yeah, we are technologically advanced, medicine has evolved, everything has evolved, and we are having quality life. People are able to have a good quality life. Why to push them into misery? Why to tell them something which is irrelevant and not going to help them in today's time? Why do we do that? Yeah, only a heartless person will advise something like that to someone who's weak. Yeah, I wouldn't advise someone if they are not capable, if they are not mentally prepared. I wouldn't advise them to get married and have 10 kids. I mean, that would be very narcissistic of me to give that advice. Once you're capable, you are healthy, you can give a good life, go ahead, do what you have to do, start your family, have a good life, give a good life to your child. But giving these kind of suggestions without knowing the other side, I think that's being very biased, that's being very narcissistic. Yeah, and that is because of this lack of empathy. I mean, the narcissist doesn't care as to what the others are going through or in what situation they are. The narcissist just goes on blabbing, do this, do that, the ancient way was the right way, women has to be treated like a cattle, women needs to be tamed. Okay, we need to have lots of kids and that's how we are going to survive. Aren't we too much? Billions and billions of people are there on this planet. Aren't we really too much for this planet? And I mean, poverty still exists in a lot of countries. Why not think about those folks? Why not think about those orphans, who have been discarded by their parent? Why not think about those who are unable to even have a good meal, at the end of the day? Why not think about them? So these kind of advices, if you see from a my standpoint, if you see from my side, it looks very narcissistic, it sounds very narcissistic, and in reality it's very narcissistic. Yeah, it's like me telling a poor person to go and buy cake from the best of the place and enjoy it with his family, whereas in the reality is he or she is unable to get one whole meal in the entire day. Yeah, so these narcissists lack empathy, they have inability to self reflect, they are manipulative, they are very good in this fear psychosis. Yeah, they are good in creating this illusionary fear. This is going to happen, this is about to happen, this is going to happen, this conspiracy is happening, that conspiracy is happening. Okay, I get it, all of those conspiracies, all of that, but what are you doing? I mean, this is the question for the narcissist. What are you doing? You are just insinuating, you are just blabbing, sitting on your computer in front of the microphone, in front of the camera, you're just blabbing, giving such advices to people which is irrelevant, which is not practical, and it is going to hurt some of the innocents. Yeah, so these narcissists are going to uh, put pressure, do the fear mongering that we are on the brink of extinction, and you need to do this, we need to go back to the old ways. But do they really do things the old ways? They are not interested in that. They are going to use the best of technology, they are going to use the best of the stuff They are going to get the best medical aid. They are going to avail the best of the advanced services that is out there. And when it comes to their public image, you need to understand, because that image is not um, based on honesty and genuinity and authenticity. That image is based on insecurity, lies, withholding facts, manipulation, and gaslighting. So these narcissists also take help of all these narratives and propagandas to further gaslight their victim. Yeah. So when the victim resists, or when the victim gathers some courage and says, no, no, I'm not going to do this, you're just being very bad, you're being abusive, then these narcissists are going to cherry pick ancient incidents. Well, this is how it was in the ancient time. Wives used to listen, they used to do this, well, they used to do this, kids used to do this. So this is basically to take help from history to gaslight and manipulate the slaves, to gaslight and manipulate the victim and the monkeys and the potential slaves that are out there. So don't fall for these kind of ambassadors who force, insinuate, pressurize people to adopt things which they themselves are not adopting. Yeah. So these narcissists are going to manipulate things that is there in those ancient scriptures. They're going to cherry pick incidents, situation, scenario that fits their need. Yeah. And they're going to then gaslight the victim and the others, that this is how it is. But when you deep dive in their personal space, in their personal life, oh, they are absolutely opposite. Yeah. So again, it's like rules only apply to the others and not to the narcissists. The narcissists in general have this strong sense of entitlement. They know it all, they are perfect, they don't need to change a bit. You need to change. You need to shape shift and suit their needs, desires, and wants. Yeah. Otherwise, what happens? If you say no, if you deny, if you are unable to give them what they want, narcissistic injury, then comes all of the triangulation, manipulation, gaslighting, passive aggressive behavior, silent treatment, stonewalling, and the list goes on. So don't fall for it. If people are gaslighting you, saying that, well, this is not the right way, ancient ways were better, this is how it is, first ask them, are you doing it yourself? If you are not doing it yourself, you don't have any rights to preach and tell me to follow it. If you do something, you can share it with me, and I can see if it all suits me, I'll do it, and I'll see if at all it's of any help to me in today's time, in my current situation. But if you ain't doing those things, you don't have any rights to tell me to do things. Yeah. I will do what suits me. So never fall trap to these kind of agendas, narratives, propagandas on social media. A lot of these YouTube channels are talking about let's revive this, let's revive that, but they are doing it in their air conditioned homes, they are doing it in front of their MacBooks, they are doing it in front of their iPhone, microphone, camera, with all those lights and everything. They are giving all these sermons digitally, and this is basically hurting the others. This is the this is hurting the weaker section of the society. Yeah. Who are a little less evolved, underprivileged. Yeah. Because they are seeing that, oh, he's reached here, oh, he's this, oh, he's so famous, oh, people are listening to him, let me also listen to him. But just before following things blindly, see where you are, analyze your situation. If at all it is of any help, then buy all of that. Otherwise, simply ask that person who is suggesting you all those things, if they follow. If they follow, it's well and good. Please follow if it's doing good for you. But I will follow what is good for me. I will follow what suits me. I'm not going to follow things laid out by you. Yeah. So don't fall for it. I mean, it's happening. It's real. I mean, all that toxic masculinity and all those phobia and this narrative against the LGBTQ, uh, these minority, religious minorities, all those narratives and all those fear mongering, oh, they are bad, they are this, they are that. Everyone has the right to live. Everyone has the right to live with dignity and respect. Yeah. If you want to follow something, you follow, but don't force others to follow your way. Your way, keep it to yourself. Yeah. And becoming an influencer, becoming a person who is well known on social media, you have a lot of responsibility. Yeah. So think about the others. Have some sense of compassion inside of you before suggesting things to others. Try and understand their side of story before suggesting things to them. Yeah. Some things might be okay for you, but it might not be okay for them. So why to put pressure, and why to force them to conform that I need to do this anyhow, I'll be a part of the bigger pack, bigger gang. Yeah. So don't fall for that. It's all simple gaslighting. When the narcissists use the ancient tradition, ancient norms, ancient this, that, narcissists use religion, all of that to basically manipulate, extort things, abuse, and exploit the others. Yeah. In their personal space, they are absolutely opposite. Yeah. So think about it and don't fall for it. In case if you would like to add in something, you can always comment below. Till then, take care of yourself. Don't ignore the red flags, and don't fall for all these narratives and propagandas that is being peddled on social media. Let's revive this, let's do this, let's get our kids married, let's please, I mean, don't spoil your life. Yeah. And don't spoil others' life. Yeah. And the most important thing, if someone tells you or advocates such things, ask them how much are they doing. If they are doing, if it's working out for them, well and good, keep following it, but don't force your ideas and thoughts onto me. Yeah. So that's it. Please take care of yourself. Lots of love and blessings to all of you. Bye.